Okay, y'all, at one time in my health journey, I was that person standing in the grocery aisle with a $6 box of pre-cut broccoli. Y'all know what I'm talking about, too much. And I was actually thinking, this is fine. I'm busy, I deserve convenience, especially when I was a bachelorette. And you know what? I do deserve convenience. But what I don't deserve is paying triple for someone else's 60 seconds of effort. That cut costs you. So here's what happened. I cut more than $300 off my grocery bill. Okay, and I really been holding on tight since this economy been upside down. Can I get an amen or a like? And I'm not eating ramen, and I'm not feeding my family processed garbage, and I'm definitely not depriving anybody. In fact, we're eating better. But before we dive in, do me a favor right now. Right now. YouTube is suppressing us a little bit, and the algorithm is changing, so I need your help. Drop a comment. What's your biggest grocery expense right now? Is it the organic everything? The little snack packs, the meal kits, the overpriced kind, of course, because I'm genuinely curious, and honestly, your answer might be in this video. And number 3 on this list, you're not gonna see it coming. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now going stale, and you've probably been wasting money on it for years without realizing it. I know I was at a point. All right, y'all, let's go.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
Okay, number 1, pre-cut vegetables. And look, I see you. I know you busy. I know you tired. And I know that after work, the last thing you want to do is stand up chopping a head of cauliflower. Been there, lived that. But here's what nobody tells you about pre-cut vegetables. And fruit too. So a pre-cut bag of broccoli florets, especially right now, is going to run you about $6. The entire crown of broccoli that me or Sean can cut ourselves, about $1.99. Still overpriced, but better. Y'all, that's 3 times more for someone else's scissors. And I say scissors because I use kitchen shears more often than knives. That's not convenience. That's a subscription service that you didn't sign up for. The wake up moment, and I used to justify it. Nina, your time is worth money, especially in my soft curl era. Okay, it is, but then I did the math and the math wasn't mathing. At one point, I spent $40 in that month on pre-cut vegetables alone. $40. Fruits and vegetables. Then I said, absolutely not. We're not doing this no more. The solution was getting actionable and smart. What I do now, and I'm telling you, is easier than what I was doing in the past. Option number 1, go frozen. Okay, y'all, stop clutching your pearls. And those of you out here that's about to be the frozen vegetable police, shh, silence. Okay? And before you come at me about the fresh is better thing, stop. Flash frozen vegetables are frozen at peak ripeness. Sometimes they have even more nutrients than the fresh, especially the kind that's been sitting on the truck for a whole week. Now where your nutrients at? Plus, 0 waste. None of the wilted celery in the bottom drawer situations. No guilt, no throwing money away in the trash. Option 2, 5-minute Sunday prep. Sunday afternoons, I throw on a podcast and I chop up everything for the week, or I have my frozen vegetables ready to go. And it makes it family time because I can do it when my family's around. And honestly, it's kind of therapeutic. And you know the best part of this? When it's Wednesday at 6 p.m. and we're making dinner or trying to hurry up and get to dinner, I told y'all before, we like to keep some pre-made rice like jasmine rice around, and some pre-made vegetables, chopped or frozen, and something that we can grab for to accompany our meals every night. And this is just like the pre-cut stuff, but I didn't pay the convenience tax. Frozen bag in a hot pan or frozen bag in a quick microwave. 2 minutes, done. Restaurant quality, get you a little bit of seasoning and you're good to go. Savings are $40 to $50 per month. That's $500 to $600 a year, people. And right now, that's sounding real good. Thing number 2, single serve snacks. This one's going to hit a lot closer to home for some of you, especially if you have children or if you're a person on the go and you like to grab the snack packs. Single serve snacks with the little cheese blocks or cheese wheels, or your little nut trails or granola, the 100 calorie packs, or even the little goldfish bags or Teddy Grahams. The hard truth, you know what you're paying for? Plastic. That's it, that's all. You're literally paying someone double to put food in a smaller container and charge you double for it. And I fell for it for a while, for years, out of convenience. But now that we have our little Hunter, baby, everything has been rethought. So you can get those P3s, Lunchables, or other things, or even the Sargento single serve snacks. Sometimes they're like $7.99 for 6 or 12 or something like that. It sounds good, right? Wrong. A big block of cheese at Costco or Kroger, that could be $11 for about 40 servings. Do the math with me. That's 27 cents per serving versus 66 cents or more. I was paying someone to slice our cheese. Slice our cheese. The mindset shift. And look, I used to think that I needed the pre-portioned stuff for self-control. That was mainly it, especially when I was a bachelorette. Just having something that was single serve, that was counted for for my nutritional value, and I didn't have to count it out or weigh it. But then I realized I'm a grown woman and I can portion out my own snacks. And honestly, I feel like Hunter and Sean, we're all learning better habits by returning to this. I did that a lot when I was first losing over 100 pounds in my 20s, and then I did it in order to maintain my weight loss almost 2 decades. But for some reason, when convenience got heavy, I started reaching for the easy stuff. And I think that this is teaching better habits because we're actually taking time with our food instead of reaching for a package. The solution? Here's what I do now. So I went on the internet and I ordered some of those portion packages, like those packets that you could just, eat from, keep them, wash them in the dishwasher, use them again. And if they break, you don't feel bad about it because they're inexpensive. And then with my family, I make it fun. And I often do it by myself too because it's cool. I can listen to an audiobook when I do it. A block of cheese, slice it up or block it out. Bulk trail mix that can also go in. A big box of crackers or Teddy Grahams that can go in as well, or go into separate ones as well. It takes maybe 20 minutes and my baby loves to watch me do it. She's not old enough to do it yet, but when she is, baby, she gonna be on it too. I save $40 to $60 a month and we're keeping lots of snacks in the fridge so people can't ever say they don't have something to snack on that they like. Everybody wins. So there's an emotional win. But you know the best part of this? My snack drawer, my drawer in my fridge, they look Instagram worthy because things stay more organized. And they look just as good as they used to. Except now we're not paying the convenience tax. We're not throwing away 40 plastic wrappers a week. And we're learning that we don't need everything handed to us in a package in order for us to make good choices. And that's important for my baby. So y'all go ahead and tell me that don't look good, all right? Savings of $40 to $60 per month. Boom. Okay. Number 3, and this is the one I mentioned at first, the one you might not see coming. I stopped buying bakery bread from the grocery store. Let that sit. Now, before you say, Nina, you a little health nut. You probably stopped eating bread a long time ago. I don't eat it as much as I used to, but you'd be dead wrong because I do eat it sometimes. And in this house, everybody else loves bread. What I stopped doing was wasting bread. That beautiful sourdough loaf at the store that might be quite expensive, the one that smells amazing, looks gorgeous, and makes you feel like you're doing something fancy. I was buying it sometimes every week or every other week. And you know what else I was doing every week? Throwing half of it away. Because it got stale in like 3 days. I mean, I said we like bread, but we not scarfing it down. And I didn't even realize until it started to all add up. And especially when this economy got tighter, okay? You don't want to have all these moldy loaves and everything else around your house that is taking up your money, but you're not even eating it. And if you really break down the cost, it can be up to $24 a month, $300 a year for bread that went stale in your garbage. And the worst part is I would feel guilty, like I was being wasteful, like I wasn't being a good steward with our money. Anybody else feel me on that? So I completely changed my strategy. And honestly, this feels like an upgrade and not a downgrade. And this is where Wildgrain comes in. In full transparency, they're bringing us today's video. But, and this is a big but, y'all know I only work with brands that I actually use and love because my reputation with you matters way more than a sponsorship check. So this is why Wildgrain solved all my bread tasting problems. Reason 1, frozen equals 0 waste. Everything arrives frozen. You bake what you need when you need it. See this? This is my insurance policy against wasted food. I pull out one sourdough loaf or one dessert and I bake it. We eat it fresh and then the rest stays frozen for weeks. No more guilt, no more moldiness, no more throwing the money in the trash. Okay, so let's do the real numbers because I'm not here to fluff this up. Old way, $7 artisan loaf from the store. Weighs 40 to 50% of it, effectively paying $10 to $12 per fully used loaf. If you're buying 8 to 10 loaves per month, $80 to $100. Wildgrain way though. Get 9 items per box, breads, pastas, and pastries. Use every single item because it's frozen and the cost per item totally goes down. You're getting artisan quality, sourdough fermentation, 0 waste, and also variety. As a woman who really cares about my health and my family's health, something to know is that most sourdough that's out there is not always real sourdough. They add vinegar to make it taste tangy. There's no fermentation, no probiotic benefit, nothing. But Wildgrain sourdough, actual slow fermentation, real starter culture, that kind of helps with digestion and blood sugar. And at my age, I'm not playing no games with my gut health anymore. If I'm going to eat carbs, they better be doing something good for my body. So in this box, we got the sourdough loaf, the croissants, the pasta, the apple cider donuts, and even the pumpkin biscuits. Y'all, everything was so good and Hunter loves the pastries. And with everything I made, 20 minutes or less, and the house smells like a French bakery. 0 effort. And my baby, she doesn't even know that I'm saving money, okay? She just know that she got a donut. and that they're the best she's ever had, as well as the biscuits. We can use it to make sandwiches, avocado toast, and it's wonderful to have pastries that you can just take out as you need and bake them. And everybody's happy. Win-win. So if you want to try it, and honestly at this point, why wouldn't you? I've got my link in the description. You get $30 off your first box plus free croissants. Basically at this point, you're trying it for free just to see if you like it. And if you don't, cancel. No pressure. But I'm telling you, once you have the fresh baked goods that you're not wasting, you're not going to want to go back to the moldy situation. Okay, now I got 5 more items that are going to blow your mind. Number 4, bottled water. And before you come at me saying, but the tap water tastes bad. I know, I hear you, and I was you. So my confession, we were that family with cases of water stacked in the garage or in the laundry room. Worse. Every week, Costco run 2 cases minimum. And I thought we had to. We thought we needed it. You know, more specifically for when people came over to visit or were staying over. But the wake up math. Sean was loading some up onto the cart, and I was like, now how much are we spending on this? And I really didn't know how much and how often, so I added it up. $16 per week, $64 per month. That's $768 per year for water. Water that comes out of the tap for like 3 cents. The realization and the kicker, I looked it up. Do your research. But a lot of this bottled water is like tap water. Dasani, tap water. Aquafina, tap water. Some of them just filter it and put it in a plastic bottle and then charge you 1,000% markup. The solution though, simple. This is what I did. 2 purchases, 1 time, changed everything. I love my Brita pitcher. $35 fridge water. You do have to replace the filters every now and again, but those last about 6 months. $40. Total investment in a year, about $115. Savings, $650 if you buy water often. But Nina, isn't bottled water safer? Not necessarily. A good filter removes the same stuff. Chlorine, lead, sediments, and sometimes more than bottled water because bottled water isn't regulated as strictly as tap water. Plus, and this is the guilt that I was carrying, all those plastic bottles. Sometimes, especially if we had people over and they were staying with us for a while, like our families that were here this summer, a whole bunch of bottles and the environment guilt is real. I still care about the environment, y'all. The Brita pitcher be having my water tasting great. It costs pennies, no guilt, and no plastic mountain in my garage. Savings $60 to $70 per month after investment. Okay, number 5 was those pre-made smoothies. And man, this one hurts because at one point I was really addicted to that convenience. Okay, so the habit. At one time, Sean was drinking those Boathouse Farms. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then he was out the door, easy and done. $6.99 per bottle. And if you're drinking those every single day, that's, let me do this for you, $210 a month on smoothies. You know how much you'd be spending per year for someone else doing the blending for you? $2,500. So the reality check and the ingredients, frozen fruit, protein powders, spinach, things we already had in our kitchen. Literally paying somebody $7 and don't even try to go to a smoothie bar to just push the blender button. So this is my protein breaking my fast smoothie. So y'all know I start eating around 12:30 every day. I'm an intermittent faster. So when I'm not having a pre-made smoothie like my Oikos smoothie, which I do get in bulk, and so those prices make sense, I do make mine. So I do the diamondized protein. I love the peanut butter and chocolate one. Frozen mixed berries, handful of frozen spinach, Greek yogurt for the extra protein pack, tablespoon of peanut butter sometimes, and almond milk. 90 seconds and that's it. Cost per serving about $2.50 if that. Tastes better than the store-bought. I'm getting in at least 45 grams or more of protein, less sugar and no preservatives. And mine are pretty low on the sugar side, very low. But here's the real win. I stopped feeling extra guilty about extra expensive smoothies because now they're not expensive. And I told y'all I do like to keep the Oikos Pro 30 grams of protein little shakes. That's my backup. And that's for the days that I'm truly running late or I forgot to shop. And I even do that with my protein coffee because I've gotten into this protein coffee kick and y'all know they selling it at certain places with the end dang bucks. And they be real expensive. So I just take my Oikos protein and I take my little stock cold coffee as well as a little splash of half and half or creamer, and I just mix that up and baby, it is delicious and very inexpensive. The savings is $150 a month or more. Number 6, individual yogurt cups. So my old habit was using things like my Chobani cups and others, or even the Oikos singles, I love those, and the Sickies pouches. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I had a whole refrigerator drawer full. Looked organized, looked healthy, looked expensive because it was. You can get an 8-pack of those 5.3 ounce cups on average for about, $10 today. And otherwise, I can do a big tub of the Oikos Pro that has 25 grams of protein per serving with 6 or more servings. and that's running me about $7. The big tub gives me more yogurt, more protein per serving, less money, and less plastic. And the mindset problem, I know what you're thinking, but Nina, I need the portion control. Do you though? Or have you been told you need the portion control by companies, especially those selling you pre-portioned everything? Because here's what I learned. When I portion my own food, I actually tune into what I need to eat instead of tuning into what the company tells me I should eat or what my serving should be. And let me tell you, the versatility of these things win. And the big tub becomes a weapon in your kitchen, a good weapon. Savory, you can use it for your sauces, ranch dipping, or taco toppings. I even just buy the ranch seasoning and I put it in there, baby. You wouldn't know the difference. When I want sweet, I get parfaits and granola bowls with berries. In baking, you can use it in pancakes, muffins, and even biscuits. In smoothies, you can get the creaminess without the extra dairy. One ingredient, 4 different uses. That's not convenience, that's freedom. And if you haven't tried plain Greek yogurt on a sweet baked potato, you're missing out. Anything where I can use sour cream, I use it on it because I can get a whole bunch of grams of protein for it. Savings of $30 to $40 per month. That makes it even sweeter. Thing number 7, brand name cleaning products. And listen, I'm about to be honest. I thought I was supposed to buy everything in name brand. And I do still get some things name brand. I thought they worked better. And I thought the generic was just cheap. Or the bulk ones where you mix them yourself, I thought that wasn't worth the time. But the truth bomb, most store-bought cleaning products, they're made in the same factories. Same ingredients, different labels, half the price. A lot of times we're paying for the names and that's it. So I did my own blind testing times. And sometimes that was with off-brand products, but also I would do it with, let's say, Meyer's Clean Day. They have a concentrated solution that you just dilute with water just to see if it cleaned just as well. Every time, just as good. Sometimes better. Could I tell the difference? Nope. Could my counters tell the difference? Nope, because they were clean just as well. All-purpose cleaner, you can save up to $2.50 per bottle. Dish soap, sometimes up to $2 per bottle. And laundry detergent, sometimes $9 per jug. And I like to buy in the middle ground anyway. Some of them are considered brands, but not necessarily high-end, like Arm & Hammer and Free and Clear brands as well. And they work just as fine. Now, I still buy Dawn dish soap because it genuinely works well for grease. That blue bottle is magic. But a lot of other things, generic, or I buy it in bulk where I'm able to make sure that I just dilute it myself. And you know what? My house is just as clean. My clothes smell good. Hunter stays fresh. And I cut an extra $25 to $30 off the pocketbooks every month. Okay, can we get into the preseason meats? Because I know some of y'all still buying that. Number 8, this is the last one. On those preseason meats, the markup is insane. Walk into any grocery store, look at that meat section. Plain chicken, $3.99 per pound. Fajita seasoned chicken breast, $7.99 per pound. Where they do that at? That's a $4 markup per pound for somebody to shake a little razzle dazzle on it. $4 for seasonings you probably already bought. And at one point I fell for it. Like I said, my bachelorette days, but I learned. Y'all know I'm a skeptical consumer and I learned quick about my money. I'd see honey mustard glazed this. Ooh, that sounds fancy and easy. And you know what it was? A piece of meat with honey mustard and garlic powder. The ingredients I already had. But look, y'all, it takes a few minutes. Beginning seasoners, season your stuff. Let's say you have some plain chicken or some turkey tenderloins or even some salmon. Drizzle a little olive oil. Get you some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper. It's a starter pack. I like to dig into the adobo, the Goya, a lot of other things. However, that's your starter pack. Rub it in and you're done. Now I can make that base into Mexican, Italian, Asian, whatever I want. Instead of being locked into whatever marinade they charge me an extra $4 for. So I want you to build a basic spice collection. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, a little cumin, chili powder, Italian seasoning, and oregano. These will last you for months. And remember, you don't have to get them name brand. And you'll save hundreds because you're not paying the seasoning tax on pre-seasoned meats. Savings, $30 to $40 a month. Okay, y'all, let's add up some of these savings real quick. Pre-cut veggies, $40 to $50. Single serve snacks, $40 to $60. Bread waste, $20 to $30. Bottled water, $60 to $70. Smoothies, $150. Yogurt cups, $30 to $40. Cleaning products, $25 to $30. And pre-seasoned meats, $30 to $40. Total potential savings, $395 to $460 per month. That's real money. That's a car payment. That's a vacation fund. That's breathing room. But here's what I really want you to hear. Saving money does not mean sacrificing your health. It doesn't mean feeding your family garbage. It doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself. What it means is being intentional. It means asking yourself, am I paying for convenience I don't actually need? Or am I paying for convenience that actually helps someone else's profit margins? Because here's the truth. My family eats better now. more whole foods, less packaging, less guilt. And we have an extra $400 a month to put towards things that actually matter. Hunter's activities, date nights, not stressing about the grocery bill, actually enjoying food again, instead of us feeling guilty about every purchase. So here's what I need you to do. Pick one thing from the list, just one. Is it the pre-cut veggies, the single serve snacks? Is it the bread situation? Pick one, try for 2 weeks. Come back after trying what I've suggested and tell me how much you've saved. And drop your comments now. What are you gonna try first? How have you been saving? You know, your girls and everybody else in this community could definitely use all the help we can get. Also, I'd love to know your grocery store traps and any other things you'd like to hear from me in the future so that I can know what videos you would like for me to make. Now, if this video helped you even just a little bit, make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Go save some money, go feed your family well. And remember, you don't have to choose between healthy and affordable. You can have both, and I'm gonna keep on showing you with all I got how to do it. Dr. Nina signing out. Peace.